Hi guys, it's Sarah from Clearday, and we're going to play a fun game today called Guess That Famous Character. So we're going to show a picture of a famous character and you get to guess who it is. Alright, number 1, can you guess this famous character? This is Bozo the Clown. Bozo the Clown, sometimes billed as Bozo, the world's most famous clown, is a clown character created for children's entertainment, widely popular in the second half of the 20th century. He was introduced in the United States in 1946 and to television in 1949, later appearing in franchise television programs of which he was the host, where he was portrayed by numerous local performers. All right, number 2, can you guess this famous character? This is Squiddly Diddly from 1965. Squiddly Diddly is an anthropomorphic animated octopus created by Hanna-Barbera, who was featured in his own cartoon segment on The Adam Ant Secret Squirrel Show beginning in 1965. The round-headed, sailor-hatted Squiddly, who resembles an octopus, albeit with only 6 tentacles rather than a squid, is kept captive in an aquatic park known as Bubble Land, and resides in a pool with his name on it. Squiddly Diddly is an aspiring musician who makes many attempts to escape and attain musical stardom, but he is constantly foiled by Bubble Land's administrator, Chief Winchley. All right, number 3, can you guess this famous character? This is Silver, the Lone Ranger's horse. Silver is the Lone Ranger's great white stallion. The horse was so named by Tonto, who once remarked that the horse's coat looks like silver. The accepted story of Silver's origin has the white horse living in Wild Horse Canyon. Sometime after the ambush at Bryant's Gap, the Lone Ranger and Tonto are in pursuit of Butch Cavendish, where they are fired upon by Cavendish himself. And though he missed the ranger, he shot and killed his horse. When the Lone Ranger mentions the horse and where it lives, he declares they'll be on the lookout for the horse while they continue their pursuit of Cavendish. They soon find the white horse engaged in death battle with a buffalo, who has already wounded the horse and is about to finish it off, when it is shot and killed by the Lone Ranger. The masked man and Tonto nurse the horse back to health, and though he badly wants the horse for his own, the Lone Ranger also understands that the horse has fought for his freedom and deserves to be free. When Tonto remarks that the horse, its coat glistening in the sun, looks silver white, the Lone Ranger calls out to him using the name Silver, and for reasons stronger than gratitude, the horse decides to stay on with him. This started a new adventure for both the horse and the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger spent several days training the Mustang before he is ready to continue the pursuit of Butch Cavendish. With the new powerful horse as his ally, the Lone Ranger easily overtakes and captures Cavendish. All right, our next famous character, can you guess this one? This is Miss Peach from 1957. Miss Peach was a syndicated comic strip created by American cartoonist Mel Lazarus. It ran for 45 years, from February 4th, 1957 to September 8th, 2002. All right, on to number 5. Can you guess this famous character? Yes, this is Cool Cat from 1967. Cool Cat is a fictional cartoon character created by director Alex Lovey for Warner Bros. 7 Arts Animation. He was the final star of the original Warner Bros. Theatrical cartoons. His first appearance was in the short of the same name, Cool Cat, in 1967. He was voiced by Larry Storch. Robert McKimpson took over as director for the last 2 cartoons in this series. Cool Cat is a hep Bengal tiger, whose design was very similar to that of the Pink Panther and Snagglepuss, who wore a stylish green beret and scarf. Unlike most other Looney Tunes characters, Cool Cat was unapologetically a product of his time. He spoke in 1960s-style beatnik slang and acted much like a stereotypical laid-back 1960s teenager. who is often seen strumming a guitar or traveling cross-country in his dune buggy. Now moving on to number 6. Can you guess this famous character? Yes, so this is Cheetah, sometimes billed as Cheetah, Cheetah, and Cheetah. Is a chimpanzee character that appeared in numerous Hollywood Tarzan films of the 1930s through the 1960s, as well as the 1966 to 1968 television series, as the 8th sidekick of the title character Tarzan. Cheetah has usually been characterized as male, but sometimes as female, and has been portrayed by chimpanzees of both sexes. Moving on to number 7, can you guess this famous character? So this is Ludwig von Drake, and he is an anthropomorphic duck created by Walt Disney. The paternal uncle of Donald Duck, he is an eccentric lecturer, scientist, psychiatrist, and self-proclaimed genius, who frequently displays his vast array of expert knowledge on a variety of subjects. Von Drake speaks with an Austrian accent and is typically depicted wearing an overcoat and specs, in line with his scholar motif. Ludwig debuted as a presenter in An Adventure in Color, part of the first episode of Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, on September 24, 1961, making him the first Disney animated character created specifically for television. And here we go for number 8. Can you guess this famous character? This is Rin Tin Tin. He was a male German Shepherd born in Fleury, France, who became an international star in motion pictures. He was rescued from a World War I battlefield by an American soldier, Lee Duncan, who nicknamed him Rinty. Duncan trained Rin Tin Tin and obtained silent film work for the dog. Rin Tin Tin was an immediate box office success and went on to appear in 27 Hollywood films, gaining worldwide fame. Along with the earlier canine film star Strongheart, Rin Tin Tin was responsible for greatly increasing the popularity of German Shepherd dogs as family pets. Moving on to number 9, can you guess this famous character? Yes, this is Thor, also known as Thor Odin's son. He's a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The character, which is based on the Norse deity of the same name, is the Asgardian god of thunder, who possesses the enchanted hammer, which grants him the ability to fly and manipulate weather amongst his other superhuman attributes. All right, number 10. Can you guess this famous character? Yes, this is Woodstock from Peanuts. Woodstock is a fictional character in Charles M. Schulz's comic strip Peanuts. He is the best known for being Snoopy's best friend. The character first appeared in the April 4th, 1967 strip, though he was not officially named until June 22nd, 1970. He is named after the Woodstock Festival of 1969. In the early 1960s, Snoopy began befriending birds when they started using his doghouse for various occasions: a rest stop during migrations, a nesting site, a community hall, or a place to play cards. None of these birds were ever given a name, although they did on occasion use speech balloons lettered in what would become the classic chicken scratch marks of Woodstock's utterances. What set Woodstock apart from all these earlier birds was the fact that he attached himself to Snoopy and assumed the role of Snoopy's sidekick and assistant. There had been no recurring relationships between Snoopy and the earlier birds who visited the yard and grounds, and Snoopy was as often as not more hostile than friendly towards those birds. Moving on to number 11. Can you guess this famous character? This is the Incredible Hulk. He is an ongoing comic book series featuring the Marvel Comics superhero the Hulk and his alter ego, Dr. Bruce Banner. First published in May 1962, the series ran for 6 issues before it was canceled in March 1963, and the Hulk character began appearing in Tales to Astonish. Moving on to number 12. Can you guess this famous character? This is Mr. Ed, the talking horse. Mr. Ed is one of the few series to debut in syndication and be picked up by a major network for prime time. All 143 episodes were filmed in black and white. The Mr. Ed Show concept was derived from a series of short stories by children's author Walter R. Brooks, which began with The Talking Horse in the September 18, 1937 issue of Liberty magazine. Brooks is best known for the Freddie the Pig series of children's novels, which feature talking animals that interact with humans. And last but not least, can you guess number 13 famous character? This is Windy and Breezy. They made their first appearance in the cartoon Father and Son in 1957. Their final appearance was in 1959 in Bebop. And that concludes our first part of Guess That Famous Character. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you back for part 2.